Hold still, right? Here we go. All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for being here and for being a part of our soul family. It's wonderful to have everyone here. I've been talking about what's been going on in Iran, um, and I want to continue to talk about it only because I think it's really, really important that we all stay in the know and that we all um, contribute our light and our energy. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, Daniel, like I'm hearing all these atrocities, 12,000 people have been murdered by the regime, protesters have been murdered by the regime, and what do I do? People are me they're asking, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And there's a lot of things that you can do. Most importantly is that you can talk about it so that everybody is really, really aware. The media is not communicating it so effortlessly and so easily as they should be. Don't know why that is, but um, we as a people owe it to the people of Iran. We owe it to them to speak out, to make sure that everybody knows that what's going on. Number one, if I met somebody yesterday and I said, "Can you believe what's happening in Iran?" And they're like, "Oh my God, what's happening in Iran?" I thought, "Wow." Um, I thought, This is crazy." So it's important to speak about it, but it's also, when you ask yourself, I don't know what to do, you do know what to do. You always have an incredible gift of being able to contribute and to send light and to healing anywhere and everywhere immediately. So if you are conscious, consciously aware of what is going on, even though you cannot be in the thick of it, really, helping or sending resources or anything, whatever, because we can't right now. You can definitely, definitely, definitely pray, and you can send light and you can send healing to Iran. And you can envision one of the most powerful things that we can do is envision a free Iran. We can envision in our mind's eye an Iran where people are thriving, where people have freedom, where they have free will, where women have the ability to express themselves the way that they wish. This is what you can do. Okay. So keep your voices active. Please keep talking about it. Please, there's some really, really incredible influencers on Instagram that are talking about the situation in Iran. But what you can do is you can hold space, you can send light, you can send healing, and you can pray for them, number one. And that's a lot, actually. A lot of people say, oh, that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot. So let's please contribute our energy there. Imagine the place where there is a free Iran, uh, a glorious Iran. Um, Something else that has occurred to me as well is, you know, we have to remember that that which we see outside of us is oftentimes a reflection within us. Okay. And what that means is, you know, how do you see and respond to something like that? Do you turn a blind eye? Do you turn your head? Do you go, "Oh my God, that's horrible. There's nothing I can do about it," or do you say, "Hey, let me lift my voice. Let me contribute to what I can to making the situation just a little bit easier." That's often also times also how you look at challenges and things that happen in your life, right? And are you willing to let the light in? Are you willing to see that there is light even in the darkest of situations? That's what we're asking to today, to remind ourselves in every single day. Where is the light? The light in every situation. And and how does that apply to me in my own life? And how can I transform where I am at in my own life so that, God willing, there's no war or terror or any of that in my own life. Okay. So let's go ahead and begin our meditation today. Again, the most recent reports is that um, over 12,000 have been murdered from the regime. in the protests. And um, yeah, let's just keep sending them a lot of love and a lot of healing. So let's close our eyes and find ourselves in our heart. And as we do, as we find ourselves in our heart, let's begin today by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's shift our energy, our awareness to the center of the earth. And as we shift our energy and our awareness to the center of the earth, let's imagine this beautiful energy swirling around in the center of the earth. And from the space in the center of the earth, let's imagine this energy scooping up fresh earth energy, coming up through the soles of our feet, through our ankles, our calves, our knees, and our thighs, and traveling up through all of our chakras and popping up outside the top of our head and forming a beautiful ball of light. And now switch your awareness into this ball of light. And imagine this ball of light traveling up out of the space that you're in, higher and higher and higher and faster and faster and faster. Imagine that ball of light lifting you up, out past Earth's atmosphere, out into outer space, through different planets, galaxies, and the Milky Way, and higher and higher and higher beyond there, out into different layers of light. Some light, some dark. Through those layers, out into a beautiful golden like light, and through the golden like light into a jelly like substance light, and through the jelly like substance light into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of creation, of oneness, and of complete totality. From here, we're going to ask for some downloads. As a reminder, downloads are just energies that we receive into our subconscious, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and experiences. Change our beliefs, we change our reality. So let's see what we've got here today. You know, it's such a trick of our ego to think that we don't matter, that our voice doesn't matter, that on this planet we're nearly 8 billion people. But who am I, right? What does my voice have to say, or what can I do to change the world? And this is oftentimes what really keeps us trapped and locked in from actually being and becoming and expressing ourselves and sharing our light with the world. The question is, who are you not to? Who are you not to share your light? And so for today, I want us all to tap into that energy that is our light. Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is in every single cell of your body? To let your light shine, to know that your light is a gift. It is the aspect and the essence of who you are that contributes to changing the world. If you'd like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is? To know that your light is the lighthouse for others in this reality, meaning you're the light in the darkness to many, many people. Do you know that? Do you believe that? Would you like to know what it feels like to acknowledge that it's okay that it's you don't see it necessarily right in front of you, but that it is there, that that light is there for somebody, right? Would you like to know what it feels like to trust you in all of your light and all of the light that you have to share with the world is that aspect and that essence of the creator that emanates before you? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to have the creator's definition of power? A lot of us are afraid of power. We're afraid of our individual power. We're afraid of collective power. We're afraid of power. Would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to have the creator's definition of power? And that you know how to, when to, where to, that is safe for you to, that you know what to do with your power. Like that, say yes. And yes, it can be misguided and misdirected for sure. But would you like to know what it feels like to direct your power and your potential and your energy? Where to direct your power, your potential, your energy in your life? If you'd like that, say yes. One of the areas with which power is manifested in our life is through self confidence. Would you like to know the difference between self confidence and ego? That you're worthy of being confident, that you're worthy of going out into the world and sharing your confidence with the world. Confidence is also knowing that the light that you share with the world has a purpose, has a meaning, and has a place and a direction. Also, one of the ways with which I like to kind of become aware of the difference between self-confidence and ego is that ego is rooted in the desire to receive for the self alone, right? Meaning me, right? Confidence needs no attachment. It needs no reciprocation. It needs no, well, what are you going to give me? Or how you feel in terms of, you know, expressing your self confidence. You express self confidence because you are aware of that it can be a light for others, that it can share and shine something great that has never been shown before, right? And that you don't need anything back from that. You don't need validation from your confidence. You need validation from your ego. So, would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to crank up the self confidence in your life? And would you like to know what it feels like to acknowledge that energy in others, to support that energy of others, to be inspired by that energy of others? If you'd like that, say yes. Self confidence, I also perceive and I get has this awareness of humility within it, right? It definitely has this awareness of humility. It's that energy with which you go, oh, you know, I am, I am me, and that which I am is everything. And I don't need anything outside of that. And that's connected to the creator. That's the humility, right? So, would you like to know what it feels like, looks like, tastes like, smells like, sounds like, and is to be humble, and confident at the same time? If you'd like that, say yes. Okay, so now let's please shift our energy to those who require healing today. For today, I would like to please send healing to those in Iran fighting for their freedom, fighting for their lives, fighting for a new world, a new reality, a new country. Let's also please, as paradoxical and as crazy as this sounds, please send light and healing to the leaders as well, that there should be, can be, will be a letting go, a release, an acknowledgement of what the people are asking for, the opportunity to let the people's voice be heard. So please, let's all take a second to blanket Iran in God's unconditional light. Let's lift up the souls, the over 12,000 souls that have been lost aimlessly, ridiculously, and tirelessly in this war, this uprising, this revolution. May their souls rise to the highest of heights. And let's also please pray for their families, their friends. I ask for extra special blessings on my community, the True Self Academy in Iran, Sabrina, Charbonneau, Nargis, Anahita, Elam, all of them and their families. Please send them light, protection. Ansisham, their spouses, their loved ones. Great. And last but not least, would you like to know that you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, and that unconditional love is your birthright? If you'd like that, say yes. Now let's take our palms and rub our palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Place your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open up your eyes and allow that energy to come into your body and into your being. Place your hands on your heart and congratulate yourself. Thank yourself for being here, for being a part of our soul family. Thank you guys so much. Sending you guys so much love and so much light and blessings today and every day. Mwah. I love you all. Please be safe and have a great day. Bye, everyone.